Hello, welcome to Angela's Busy Bees Garden and Homestead. Guys, we are back at it. What you're looking at here is my comfrey that I purchased from Diva Jones '03. She sent me one little piece and it has grown into a big bush, and we're going to use this to make some comfrey tea. Michael, you can go on and just stick it in this black trash can, and I'll add some water to it and allow it to sit and make a nice fertilizer. Make some comfrey tea. What you see there? I'm going to let it sit for about a week and use it to fertilize all of my brassicas and fruit trees that I have growing. All right, but you can see how it really spread over the season. I got it last year in the fall, and it came right back up. I made sure to put it in the ground so that it could pull up all of the nutrients and what have you from the soil. And that is my comfrey, and we'll be adding water for comfrey tea. Thank you so much. God bless. Bye-bye. So now we're out in the garden, and we've decided to divide up this comfrey. And as you can see, my son has divided them up in little chunk-sized pieces.
For transplanting.
And we're going to put these in some different parts of the garden.
Yeah. What'd you say this is called, Mom?
This is comfrey.
Comfrey, and it's fertilizer,
It's fertilizer, yes, for your garden. And as you can see here, it made a nice big clump. And we're trying to get part of the root system on it as well. Try to break it up with your hands as opposed to using that.
It's kind of slippery.
Okay.
It's kind of slippery.
We have to take a knife and cut it. We'll see.
A little deeper.
Okay.
Let me divide this into two.
Okay, so we're using some for comfrey tea, and we're also transplanting some to put in different places here on the homestead. And one of the things you want to do is make sure you plant it in the ground as opposed to a pot. That way it can pull up all the nutrients and minerals from your soil down in, from the earth. This has been a working day for us, as you can see. But we've got about maybe 10 pieces?
Yeah. Off
of this plant. We took half of it.
So we've got, let's count and see how many we got. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9.
9, yeah. Off of one little small piece that I got from Diva Jones. I would leave that. Yeah, don't divide that any further.
Okay.
Yeah, so this is quite a blessing.
Multiplication.
And here is where my son planted all of the extra pieces of comfrey. So there's a total of 10 in this area. And I'm basically going to use this area just for my comfrey. And over here is where I had a compost pile. And this is the stuff that did not break down. So I'm going to pull a lot of these stems out of here that have dried but have not broken down. But I just wanted to show you the area where the comfrey has been planted. And this is the original one here that made all of these other plants. And this is the pear tree that fruited for the first time this year. And my son has cut it back so that it can grow a little bit more bushier. But below, he did a lot of chop and drop of some of my comfrey, and then mixed it in with the wood chips and put it around this area here. But just want to show you another task that's been completed. And of course, I dug up some of my pepper plants that were in the raised beds, and I plan to try to overwinter these along with the others that I have already potted up. But what I'm going to do is cut these back because they're way too long. And I'll see if they're gonna make it or not. Doesn't hurt to try. I did this last year for the first time, and some of them made it and some did not. But I think it's still worth the effort to try again this year. That's that one. These are all bell peppers. So I'm going to try to cut this one here. Well, I might cut this back to about right here. A lot of these are going to die off anyway, and you're going to have to cut it again and trim it back once you see which ones made it and which ones did not. And I have a few more here. So I'm going to go on and cut it and come back and let you see what they look like. And so here they are, all trimmed back. And I'm going to get these watered in because, of course, you know, they've been shocked by me pulling them out of the raised beds. All my other peppers I planted in pots, so it was an easier transfer for them as opposed to these that were uprooted from the raised beds. And I'm going to place them where I have all of the others. I have not been able yet to purchase a hoop house, but I have covered my peppers with 6 mil white plastic or clear plastic until I can get a greenhouse or a hoop house for my peppers and other plants that I needed to bring in over winter. Thank you so much, guys. Have a blessed day. And this is how I'm keeping my peppers until I can get my hoop house or greenhouse built. But I've got all sorts of peppers under the 6 mil plastic here.